What we're here to do is give you all the information in a 5-minute period to get your mind refreshed on what's happening that you've probably already seen in organizations. So when Narea will take over, he will pretty much walk you through how you might be able to bring some of this back to your organization. The rise of organic learning communities. What we see here is that, as we said, there's learning happening in every single space. High-impact learning experiences aren't called education anymore. They're really just called anything else, and I have a perfect example of how this is happening. And this data that I'm going to show for this one is very much from the United States. So in your own cultures, this is probably happening in many different other ways, and I would love, over the next 3 days, to have conversations with you for me to learn how it's happening in your own cultures. So in the USA, where a lot of the education and future of work dollars have been going when it comes to investments, have been in these lifestyle companies. WeWork, global company, creates office spaces where people go to work and actually have a shared experience. As you can see, the offices are very open, and there's a lot of moments for interaction and whatnot. Selena Hostels is a hostel company. But people nowadays are going and staying at Selena Hostels for a month and a half and working from Costa Rica or Panama and simply just learning from other people and other disciplines during their work. SoulCycle is another very interesting company. It's an exercise company. People don't usually think of this as education, but when people go to a SoulCycle class, the connections they make and what they learn from each other after they go through a transformative experience of working on themselves completely shifts their mindset and where they go forward from there. There's about 100,000 words of information that we're all processing every day. I like this graphic because millennials, we usually are used to doing like one thing at a time. Generation Z, they do many things at a time, and a lot of them are in a social network of some kind. And what I like about this graphic is Generation Alpha, we have no idea what's going to happen. And that's like my disclaimer here, like whatever is going to be shared right now in this section, there's no way to know. It's a complete crapshoot. And that can be very scary. Or we can just accept the way the world's going a little bit and then begin to work with where we're going and then try to do our work as Hive members go forward. The one thing in my tutoring work with high school and college students that I've seen is that social learning online is bypassing top-down learning structures. Many high school and college students just trade answers on WhatsApp messages and Facebook groups and learn more from each other than they do from the actual teacher nowadays. This is all being powered by all these online channels. And when you combine this idea with, again, this is an example from the United States state of the education industry, students are going to colleges that cost $60,000 US dollars a year. They are in massive debt leaving college, and the degrees they're getting don't match up to jobs that are available in the marketplace. So you match up that mistrust that families, again, think about the USA, are having in their education system, combined with they're getting more value out of each other than they are from a teacher in a classroom. It begins to have this societal undercurrent where people start to question whether these educational structures are the best for their kids. And again, this is just things I'm noticing in my travels. I'm a data point of one. You talk to anybody else in the education industry, they'll tell you many, many different things. The third thing is evolutions in content delivery and skill recognition. This is actually really important and really interesting because out of everything I'm sharing, this is actually a little bit more factual and tangible. So, I guess maybe listen to one thing I would share. This is probably the section that is pretty interesting. 20 years ago, an instructor would say, let's go learn about history. You know, all the students would go to the bookstore, buy the same book, read the same paragraph, and that would be their education. Even when I was in high school, which was only like maybe 14 years ago or 15 years ago, that's how we did it. But today, instructors say, well, learn how to empathize with your classmates, because that's what you're gonna really need in the real world, right? And now what students do, they click 2 buttons on their phone, they compile a few resources from 500 different education providers online, and they could also download practices they can use in person with their classmates. What they're learning is not only the content that the teacher is asking them to learn, they're learning that they have a choice on how they want to learn what they need to learn. That agency, that is very important when it comes to them being independent choosers of their pathways of how they want to learn going forward. It's a completely different shift in how things are being delivered.